Petra and Wadi Rum, Jordan Mysteries of a Red Desert. In the middle of southern Jordan's Wadi Rum Desert, in 35-degree heat under beating midday sun, our Bedouin guide Ali Hamad is insisting we drink tea. Crouched over an open fire beneath soaring walls of sandstone, Hamad boils the tea with sprigs of rosemary and thyme and innumerable tablespoons of sugar. We protest it's too hot. It has been since we woke at dawn in our Bedouin camp this morning. But Hamad was born and raised in this desert and will have none of it, dismissively waving a hand and promising the scorching liquid will, in fact, cool us down. Tea, fire, silence, nature, these are the best things, he says, pressing cups into our hands. To readers of T. Lawrence, the journey into this World Heritage-listed desert is a familiar one, vast, echoing, and godlike, as he described it in his World War I memoir, 7 Pillars of Wisdom. It is the Middle East of our imaginations, arid plains, craggy outcrops, curious camels, and luxurious Bedouin encampments. In a region known for its instability, it is an oasis of calm that is safe and unfrazzling for travelers. Apart from the heat, that is, for those willing to extend what is often just a day trip from Petra or the Red Sea port city of Aqaba to a few days, visiting this patch of wilderness the size of New York City is a way of stripping life back to what's purely essential. After our mandatory tea break, Hamad bundles us back into his Jeep and drives us through the desert. This is where Lawrence of Arabia was filmed in The Martian and Red Planet. He yells over the wind from the front seat, looking at the expanse stretching before us, colored red by iron oxide and dotted with natural rock towers. It's easy to see why film crews picked this place to represent the outer reaches of our universe. We stopped briefly at a crumbling sandstone structure, said to be the remains of Lawrence's headquarters when he passed through the area in 1917 during the Arab Revolt, before pulling up at a rock face scrawled with dozens of petroglyphs. Hamad says the crudely drawn camels, human figures, and symbols, thought to have been messages left from one Bedouin tribe to another, are over 4,000 years old. Tens of thousands of these rock carvings and inscriptions have been documented throughout Wadi Rum. He says some of them dating back 12,000 years, providing a rare window into humankind's beginnings. The most extraordinary feature of this desert, though, is the great nothingness of it. After taking us through narrow canyons and beneath soaring rock bridges, Hamad deposits us at the ribbed flank of a sand dune and delivers the news that our desert experience ends with a 90-minute hike back to camp. This is how we find ourselves on a vast sandy plain with nothing but half a dozen camels as company. Our camp a mere speck in the distance, being reminded that we're far less important than we think. These days, Wadi Rum is dotted with stylish camps, offering the kind of elegance usually found in East African safari scenarios. The nearby Wadi Rum Night Luxury Camp is Bedouin chic at its best. Large tents furnished with king-size beds clad in smart linens, wrought iron lanterns and hand-carved wooden furniture, or transparent dome rooms for those wishing to stargaze from bed. Our Wadi Rum Bedouin camp, while on the simpler side, feels authentic. Owned and operated by Ahmad and his 2 brothers for 10 years, the 11 traditional black and white Bedouin goat hair tents tucked beneath the cliffs are small but comfortable. They take nothing away from the landscape and provide the ideal place for a pre-prandial nap. While there's not an abundance of variety in Jordanian cuisine, the traditional dishes are tasty. By night, the table in our dining tent heaves with bowls of creamy hummus and labneh sprinkled with olive oil and za'atar, marinated olives, and plates of crunchy fresh fadish salad, all served with just-baked shrak flatbread, like a delicious pita crepe hybrid. The real treat, though, is zarb, the traditional Bedouin barbecue that's more ceremony than meal. Earlier in the afternoon, we watched the Hamad brothers place a cylindrical metal cage filled with layers of chicken, lamb meat, and vegetables into a fire pit, which they then sealed with clay. Now, hours later, we watched them smash the clay, exhume the cage with great fanfare, and serve the smoky, melt-in-your-mouth dishes directly to our table. Later, despite knowing we have to rise at dawn for a camel safari, we're lured outside by the campfire, more tea, and a dessert of fresh dates. We gaze up at infinity, feet burrowed into the warm sand, and realize that Hamad was right. Tea, fire, silence, nature, they really are the best things. Take me there. Getting there, Qantas and Emirates fly to Jordan's capital Amman via Dubai. It's then a 4-hour drive south on the desert highway to Wadi Rum, a transfer the desert camps can arrange. A useful trip planning site is a Jordan tourism board. Visit jordan.com. Staying there, the Dana Biosphere, Jordan's biggest nature reserve and a 3-hour drive from Wadi Rum, is home to Fainan Ecolodge, one of the world's most impressive ecolodges, completely solar-powered and staffed by local Bedouins. Its adobe design is infinitely photogenic, and its rooftop terrace is perfect for contemplating the night sky. EcoHotels.me. See there. For a bird's-eye view of those dusty expanses at first light, hot air balloon rides over Wadi Rum depart each morning and can be booked directly through your camp. WadiRumNight.com, WadiRumBedouinCamp.com. For those wishing to extend their Jordanian adventure, the 4th century BC Nabatean city of Petra lives up to its hype. Walk through the 6-stone corridor at first light, which leads to the majestic facade of the treasury. After dark on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it's lit by candles. Hike past hundreds of cave dwellings and rock-cut monuments, and see some of the best-dressed donkeys and camels in the Middle East. It's a 90-minute drive from Wadi Rum. A convoy of 4x4s was waiting just beyond the entrance gates of Wadi Rum, ready to whisk us away on a ride through the Arabian desert. I wasn't sure what to expect from Jordan's vast valley of sand, as its name so aptly translates. And I knew that after spending the morning wandering among the spectacular ruins of ancient Petra, our afternoon destination had a tough act to follow. But I hadn't yet met Wadi Rum. About an hour and a half south of Petra, Wadi Rum dates to prehistoric times and seems to be a place shrouded in mystery. Various cultures, including the Nabateans who inhabited Petra, made their homes in this part of the Arabian desert. 5,000-year-old drawings called petroglyphs, believed to be ancient Talmudic writings, are found on rocks throughout the area. Today, nomadic Bedouins live in Wadi Rum, tending to camels and sheep and tourism. Riding through Wadi Rum, we picked out a truck and climbed into the open back seats. Benches covered in a blanket-like fabric face one another, each accommodating 2 or 3 people. I looked for some of the grass for moments when the ride would turn bumpy and settled on a bar just behind the back window. I figured I would be able to hold on with one hand and somehow take photos with the other, or at the very least use the bar as a place to steady my camera on the bumpy ride. And bumpy it definitely was.